Hey guys, it's me, Meteor, and welcome to another episode of What is Kirby Canon? This time we're talking about Haltmann and Star Dream. President Haltmann and his secretary Susie were going to take over Popstar and mechanize it because they found its resources on the planet very valuable. Popstar, of course, was not the only planet that Haltmann has his eyes on. According to the Miiverse Askathon, Haltmann actually traveled many different planets around the galaxy looking to get their technology and blueprints. A common theory is that Shiverstar and Egg Engines are both areas that Haltmann took over previously. Now Shiverstar makes sense. However, when it comes to Egg Engines, according to the Miiverse post, it seems like it would be that Haltmann actually got the blueprints from Metal General and not the other way around. This time, Haltmann chose the wrong planet to mess with. He had King DDD, Meta Knight, and Kirby all going to try and defeat him. King DDD got wrecked, and so did Meta Knight. King DDD got a clone made out of him. Meta Knight was rebuilt as a cyborg. Kirby, however, was unaccounted for completely. They made their first mistake by sending one of the invaders to attack Kirby. You see, the mech they use copies and replicates the abilities and power of its pilot. Once Kirby defeated the invader and took over the mech, they essentially created their own worst enemy. Because now, not only can Kirby copy abilities, he also has a giant mech and is able to destroy literally anything else. Susie tried to stop Kirby several times with help from the mother computer, either by using her mech, using Mecha Knight, using DDD clones, or Mecha Knight Plus. All of these attempts failed. However, they did get Susie to start questioning the greatness of this mother computer of theirs. Or maybe she never trusted the mother computer at all, and in fact had her own prerogative in mind. You see, after Mecha Knight Plus was defeated, President Haltmann decided to take matters into his own hands and fight Kirby head-on. His mech was far greater than Susie's, however, even he wasn't able to stop the pink menace. "Savages, savages, savages!" he cried out, but as a last-ditch attempt to defeat Kirby, he activates the mother computer, Star Dream. And this, my friends, is where this story takes a very, very dark turn. As President Haltmann puts on the Star Dream control helmet, Susie at the very last second hops up and steals it from him so she could control Star Dream herself. Little did Susie know that this plan would backfire in her face immensely. Star Dream becomes completely sentient without the need of any control helmet and controls Haltmann, turning him into a complete husk that he is controlling for the rest of his life. Susie didn't want any part of this. All she wanted to do was steal Star Dream so she could teach the old man a lesson. Or what I like better in the Japanese text as it states it, she wanted the old man to wake up with tears in his eyes, essentially bring him back to his senses. But what were his old senses? What happened? Who is Susie anyway? Well, it's time for a little history lesson. Let's take a look at the Susie 2.0 postscript description. It reads, "As a child, Sue was involved in an accident during a mother computer experiment and went missing. Why has she joined the company after all this time? Her full name is Susanna Petra Haltmann." So as we can see, Susie is actually President Haltmann's daughter. As confirmed by the Q&A, this experiment actually sent her to another dimension, the home of the Sphere Doomers, which is how she got the data for them. Some may wonder, if she got teleported to another dimension, then how did she get out? Let's shift over to Haltmann for a moment and look at his postscript description for Haltmann 2.0. His name is Max Prophet Haltmann. Ever since losing his only child, he's dedicated his life to his company. However, his only wish is to see his daughter once again. Haltmann's simple dreams will not be enough to bring back his daughter. However, something else may. Something else that has the power to grant wishes. This is where Star Dream comes into play. Now, Star Dream may be a pretty powerful computer, more powerful than anything else in the universe. However, it still doesn't have the power in itself to grant wishes. It needs a little more assistance for that. And where does this assistance come from? Let's take a look at the Access Arc. As we destroy the Arc piece by piece, a little more of its face begins to uncover. A little more of its secrets become exposed. The true identity behind this gigantic ship is actually a Nova. Haltmann dedicated his life to this company so he could bring back his daughter again, so he could see her one last time. And it makes it even more sad where in the Star Dream Solo S fight, you see an actual quote from Haltmann himself saying, "Why did I reactivate such a terrible machine? Oh, I remember. I wanted to see her one last time. How foolish. I should have known no machine can make such a dream come true." That's really sad, especially when you consider that dream did come true. Susie did come back from the alternate dimension, the other universe, and actually came back to work for him in his company, and he didn't even realize it. Why? Why didn't he recognize her? Well, that's another story. According to the Miiverse Askathon, this controller helmet for Star Dream removed his memory bit by bit to the point where he used it so much he couldn't even recognize his own daughter anymore. Also, if Haltmann had to remember why he was doing this in the first place, you can only imagine how much his memory might have actually faltered and corrupted his ways of thinking before then. This can also explain why Stargene became a cold-blooded killer after fusing with Haltmann, because there was no love left in his body anymore. Susie, wanting to right her mistake, swallows her pride and allows Kirby to jump in the robot one last time to take down Star Dream. Mennonite and his crew are ready for this last battle and ask Kirby to come on board. But Kirby takes things one step further and actually analyzes the halberd itself and becomes something that even surprises Susie herself. After fusing with the halberd, Kirby is able to take down Star Dream, the Axis Arc, and finally take on the Nova itself. It's unknown whether Haltmann created this Nova, repurposed the Nova for his own purposes like Mechanite, or just found another Nova entirely. Either way, these questions remained unanswered even in the Q&A. Regardless, after we defeat the Nova, Kirby actually takes his drill, grows it super huge, and drills through its head and makes it explode entirely, piercing every one of its defenses. Alternatively, in the True Arena, Nova actually inhales Kirby and takes him to fight the heart of Nova. Here, for every pillar you defeat, you will hear Haltmann screaming and moaning in pain until the very last pillar, when you hear no more screams anymore. And you look at the pause screen description, it says that every essence, even his soul, was eliminated completely. That is some dark crap. Whether or not the True Arena is canon or not, one thing's for sure, Haltmann is dead. Whether it's quick and painless, or very slow and painfully, Haltmann is no more. He has ceased to be. In the end cutscene, however, you will see Kirby floating in space in the ROBOBOT, and the ROBOBOT actually becomes sentient and leads Kirby back to the planet. According to the Q&A, this is because once Kirby registers as a pilot in any of the ROBOBOTs, the memories carry over to each individual one. That is why this robot was teary-eyed and helpful, in stark contrast to Star Dream, who was cold, mindless, and wanted to kill everything. Once all was said and done, all the influence of Star Dream disappeared from all the planets, and all was happy again, and Susie left off to do her own thing. And with that, we have talked about everything there is to talk about in Planet Robot. Next time, we'll be talking about Nightmare. See you guys then.